Welcome to the Missouri Business Podcast. The show is chock full of insight on what it's like to start, stop, and drive a thriving business in our great state. Each episode, we'll dive into the mind of a Show Me State business owner so you can avoid their mistakes and glean their expertise for your gain. Now, here's your host, John Piazza Norton.
Hey everybody, John Piazza Norton, the Main Street Business Mentor, back with the Missouri Business Podcast. And today I have Garrett Atkins. How are you today?
Doing very well, sir.
Did a little travel across Missouri?
Yes, I did. A little 4-hour hike up here from St. Louis.
In Missouri, it doesn't matter how far you drive. Anything can be driven. It's fine. We're going to South Carolina. We're just going to drive.
It's true.
We do appreciate you coming over. We're here at Profile by Sanford today, one of our members of the Commerce Connection Quest. And just awesome. They're awesome folks. They've helped me lose a ton of weight. And we appreciate the space. Normally we do it at the space of the people, but he was coming this way anyway.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure to have him in here, and this worked out nice. So Garrett is with Vi Media.
Yes.
And he is also a contributing writer. Words. Garrett's also a contributing writer for Forbes.
Yes.
Business specifically.
Yeah, marketing and digital marketing agency. We write about that, and then business specifically as well.
So here in St. Joe, here in rural Missouri, digital for business is behind.
Sure.
It's I deal with it every day. It's behind.
Yeah.
What's a step that somebody that feels they're behind? What's the first step for them to take?
Well, the first step is highly dependent upon what kind of business they're starting, or what kind of business they have already started. Because there's like over 20 different general types of marketing, and identifying what traction channel, that's what I refer to them as, is different traction channels or avenues to market your business on. Identifying the ones that work best for your business is the first step. For example, for a brick and mortar company like this Profile location that we're in today, we're hosted out of, first thing would be doing what we refer to as the digital foundation, which is just a fancy way of saying social media profiles, local directories, and then at least a one-page website. That way your local SEO or search engine optimization, as a lot of business owners have heard that, that is all taken care of. That way when people are typing in, weight loss near me, they show up in search engine results at a local level. And the two most powerful things for a local business is your Google My Business, and then your website. Now, on the contrary, if you were starting an e-commerce business, local directories don't matter to you at all. The thing that would matter to you for an e-commerce business would be advertising via paid ads, influencers on social media platforms, and then of course your website where you're selling your product or service. So again, it really just depends and varies depending on the type of service or products you're offering, what kind of business you have on your hands.
Gotcha. And so, Vi Media, how far out does it go? Do you have a lot of clients in St. Louis, or are you across Missouri?
So Vi Media, we started that back in October of 2016, and we work with anything from Fortune 500 brand. We've worked with the UPS Store, Metro powered by T-Mobile, Arsenal Credit Union, which is a big credit union in St. Louis where we're headquartered. Better Homes and Gardens, but we worked with their real estate sector. And then of course we worked with a lot of small mom and pop shops. We've worked with startups that didn't even have a name when we started working with them, and everything in between. So our clients, they vary, and we've worked with a lot of industries. There's a lot of marketing companies out there that specialize in roofers or plumbers. They may specialize in just e-commerce. We're a very full-service marketing agency where we can work in any industry. And services we offer, range from search engine optimization, paid social media advertising, web-page design and development, videography, photography, branding, so logo design, maybe a pamphlet that you'd find on a table, or a trifold you'd find on the table of a restaurant. We can design anything. But really the core of what we do is ROI, return on investment. So the only thing we do that doesn't result in ROI is logo or any type of graphic design, or videography and or photography. Besides those three services, everything we do revolves around analytics.
Sure.
Did you put $1,000 in and then get $8,000 out? You know, right now we're averaging around an 8.6 times ROI. So if someone's putting in $1,000, they're getting $8,600 out.
Gotcha.
So our whole business model revolves around making sure that our clients are making money off of the money they spend with us. It's an investment.
Let's talk about the SEO that you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's fun to talk about. Most people have zero clue. I mean, they can read the definition online.
Sure.
But what are some simple steps, maybe a 1-2, of what they can start to do on their own to try to move in that direction? So
again, it depends on the type of business. Let's assume you're a business that SEO is a good traction channel for you, like Profile here. That would be good for them.
For sure.
Any brick and mortar type business can benefit from SEO, so long as they offer a service or product offering at a location. Assuming that's in place, something that a business owner could do on their own accord without having to hire an agency, even if they had very little knowledge on the internet or digital marketing as a whole, would be to build out your local directories. So say you have a business, brick and mortar, you offer products. Let's say you're a vape shop and you offer your products on site. Then making sure you have local directories built out, like the Better Business Bureau. Whether you like them or don't like them, I personally don't care for them. But that being the case, Google finds them as an authoritative website. If Google finds them as an authoritative website, it'd behoove you to list your business on there. And same with Yellow Pages, Yellow Book, Brown Book, and all these other websites you probably haven't heard of, but nonetheless matter in the eyes of Google. There's around 70 some odd local directories that Google finds as authoritative. And if you have your website listed on these local directories, it's going to benefit you in search engine results. And that's something a business owner could do themselves or have someone that works for them in-house handle very easily. Just uploading a profile picture, a cover photo, or a banner photo, putting a little company description, and then having your NAP information. NAP is name, address, phone number. As long as you have your NAP information and your domain name listed on a local directory, it is going to benefit you. You know? So that's one thing. And then, of course, building out your social media pages. I was talking about our digital foundation service offering a little bit earlier. And it goes over social media, local directories, and the installation of analytics. That way you can track the effect doing these things has had on your website and your Google My Business traffic. But building out social media pages, whether you use them or not, yes, of course, having an organic social media strategy and posting consistently and regularly is going to help you. But even if you don't post, your brand just having a presence on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn company profile, YouTube, and even Pinterest, even though you'll never get a lead off Pinterest, just having a profile on Pinterest for as an example is going to help your local SEO.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying you'll ever get business off that, but it'll indirectly help your website show up better in search engine results when people are looking for services in your area that you offer.
I appreciate you coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
No, absolutely. Vine Media, Garrett Atkins, give him a shout. His information will be down below if you need anything. Digital, media, podcast stuff too.
Yes, podcasting as well.
He's taught me some stuff, so you can definitely ask him some things. We really appreciate you coming all this way just to do the show. Again, my name is John Piazza Norton, Main Street Business Mentor. This was the Missouri Business Podcast, and we will see you guys next time.
See you later.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of the Missouri Business Podcast. Make sure to visit our website, MissouriBusinessPodcast.com, where you can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Spotify, or Stitcher so you get the ding when the next one is out. And if you have a question to pose on the show, just shoot us a comment on the website or like the John Piazza Norton Facebook fan page for direct access. Be sure to tune in next time when we squeeze the brain of another business leader for your benefit. Talk is cheap. I'm from Missouri. You have got to show me. See you next time.